Good afternoon, I'm Chris Bunk.
And I'm Kyler Black, and we're here with your afternoon announcements.
Stay updated on all latest school news by reading our online newspaper, The Squire, at www.squirenews.com. You can scan the QR codes around the school to access it. Also, follow The Squire on Instagram at EHSSquire.
Attention all students, spring break will be from Thursday, April 6th to Monday, April 10th. School will resume on Tuesday, April 11th. Enjoy the time off.
Reminder to all students that teachers are now awarding positive behavior points on the PBIS Rewards app. Students may be awarded points for showing integrity, kindness, and engagement throughout the school day. Check the app through ClassLink to find out how many points you've earned.
Tutoring is now available after school on Mondays and Wednesdays in Miss Ludwig's room, G119 from 3:20 to 4:20.
Attention 6th through 8th graders, 21st Century is offering after school homework help, academic enrichment, and a snack Mondays through Thursdays. Applications are in the office.
Club and class news, seniors reminder that your class field trip forms must be turned in as soon as possible if not done already.
Senior High Prom will be on Saturday, May 13th from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Conowongo Valley Country Club. Tickets are $40 for a couple or $25 for a single. Formal attire is required. Tickets will be for sale during B and C lunches beginning April 17th.
News from the Guidance Office. See the Guidance Office for scholarship opportunities. It is currently scholarship season, so seniors will need to regularly check their email for updates and deadlines regarding scholarships.
Students should be working on their CCR during advisory. See the Guidance Office or your advisory teachers with any questions.
Athletic news. Spring sports are now in session. Spring athletes are practicing and preparing. Best of luck to all our athletes.
The weight room is now open Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3:20 to 5 p.m. after school. If you have any questions, please see Mr. Penley.
Now on to night walking.
About how many chocolate bunnies are produced each year?
6 million.
90 million.
I was close.
Where's the most popular Easter parade held?
Most popular Easter parade held? I know that. That is in New York City.
Good job.
Thank you.
The first Easter eggs were dyed what color?
I got nothing. Blue. Like a robin's egg. I don't know. What do you think?
Green.
Red.
Red. Ew. What's a red Easter egg?
How many jelly beans do Americans consume each year? 16 million. In what country did the tradition of the Easter Bunny originate?
Who's got one?
Russia. Germany.
WIKE News has partnered with Notice News to include relevant and reliable national and international news in our broadcast. Here's the latest from Notice News.
An American reporter for the Wall Street Journal has been detained in Russia, having been accused of spying on the Russian government. Notice News breaks it down.
A Wall Street Journal reporter based in Moscow, 31-year-old Evan Gershkovich, has been accused of being an American spy. The Russian government claims Gershkovich was caught trying to obtain classified information about a military factory there. The Wall Street Journal vehemently denies the allegations, and we should note Russia has been tightening censorship laws since its invasion of Ukraine last year. It's believed to be the first time an American journalist has been held in Russia as an accused spy since the end of the Cold War, and marks a new low in relations between the two countries. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said this:
"This espionage charges are ridiculous. The targeting of American citizens by Russian government is unacceptable. We condemn the detention of Mr. Gershkovich in the strongest terms. We also condemn the Russian government's continued targeting and repression of journalists."
It underscores the dangers reporters take on while covering autocratic governments where one person has near absolute power. Reporters Without Borders said the number of journalists being detained worldwide reached an all-time high last year, with over 500 reporters locked up for doing their job. Russia has a long history of detaining journalists who cover stories at odds with the government's official narrative, but it's unusual for them to detain an American reporter. He's now facing a prison sentence of up to 20 years.
Students at a high school in New Orleans may end up in textbooks after making a major math breakthrough on the Pythagorean theorem. Notice News has more.
If you've taken trigonometry, you definitely know the formula. A squared plus b squared equals c squared, known as the Pythagorean theorem, is a formula that's been used to calculate the length of a right triangle's hypotenuse. It's long been accepted that trigonometry can't be used to prove the Pythagorean theorem. That's because the Pythagorean theorem is the basis for all trigonometry, so using trigonometry to prove it is called circular logic. Circular logic is basically trying to prove an argument using the argument itself. But two high school seniors say they figured out how to do just that. Kelsey Johnson and Nakia Jackson from New Orleans say they've found the first proof of the theorem using trigonometry without resorting to circular logic. Instead, they used the law of sines to prove the Pythagorean theorem. The law of sines is used to find the missing length of a triangle in a way that's independent from the Pythagorean theorem. Their discovery was so significant, they were invited to present at the American Mathematical Society's semi-annual conference, and they were the only high schoolers present.
It's an unparalleled feeling, honestly, because there's just nothing like it, being able to do something that people don't think that young people can do.
The girls found the proof after a teacher challenged them to it.
Yeah, like our slogan is no excellence without hard labor, so they definitely push on that.
And we have really great teachers.
The executive director of the American Mathematical Society said she encouraged the girls to have their proof reviewed, after which it could end up in textbooks.
After the horrific mass shooting in Nashville, there have been renewed calls to ban assault weapons. Notice News explores the debate.
The mass shooting in late March at a school in Nashville has brought back an issue to the national spotlight: whether or not to ban assault weapons.
You know, the shooter in this situation reportedly had 2 assault weapons and a pistol, 2 AK-47. So I call on Congress again to pass my assault weapons ban. It's about time that we began to make some more progress.
Assault weapons are guns that don't have to be reloaded often, that were initially designed for battlefields. They're commonly used in mass shootings, and the shooter in Nashville left 2 at the scene of the attack.
And we've determined that Audrey bought 7 firearms from 5 different local gun stores here legally. They were legally purchased. 3 of those weapons were used yesterday during this horrific tragedy that happened.
Those are weapons that were once banned in our country. President Clinton signed the assault weapons ban in 1994, but Republicans who strongly opposed the ban allowed it to expire 10 years later in 2004. They say a ban violates the Second Amendment. In full, the Second Amendment reads, "A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." The Supreme Court has ruled that that language protects the right of private citizens to own guns. Many Democrats, however, disagree. They say restricting gun ownership is key to reducing gun violence in our country. Since 2020, guns have become the leading cause of death of children in the US, outpacing car accidents and cancer. Republicans and Democrats don't agree on how to fix that, but polls show the vast majority of Americans agree something needs to be done. For Notice News in Brooklyn, I'm Jonathan Lowe.
And that's all that we have for your afternoon announcements. Have a great week and stay classy, Eisenhower.